Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Furiosa. Yes, the Mad Max Fury Road prequel, which is written and directed by George Miller, starring Anya Taylor-Joy and Chris Hemsworth. That's essentially our starring characters, anyway. Anya Taylor-Joy plays Furiosa, the character which we were introduced to in Fury Road, played by Charlize Theron, and Chris Hemsworth plays Dementus, a warlord of the wasteland. Now, I really enjoyed this film, actually. Really enjoyed this film. I think it's a very, very good film. Few caveats to that before I sort of get into, the overview of the narrative and things like that. If you enjoyed Fury Road, I think you'll enjoy this. You don't have to have enjoyed Fury Road to enjoy this. Fury Road was a lot of music. There was a lot of music. It did feel, at times felt significantly like a music video. Not, detrimental or anything like that. But a lot of it was, musically inclined. This has less of that. And I guess in some respect a bit more story. And I think for that, again, you don't have to have enjoyed Fury Road to enjoy this film. But this film won't be for everyone. It definitely won't be for everyone, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. Now, we know what George Miller went through on the set of Fury Road, with Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron, and yeah, long shoot and a lot of hassle trying to get that film made, and a lot of hassle with Warner Brothers. I'm very surprised they came back, or he came back, to do Furiosa, especially with Warner Brothers, in fact, because at one point he was suing Warner Brothers. So, interesting. But this is the story of Furiosa. It is not necessarily an origin story specifically of Furiosa, but that is definitely there. I think it's best to view this movie as a film which opens up the Mad Max lore further, because it definitely does. It definitely opens up the lore of the wasteland significantly more than Fury Road did. And there are so many nods to Max throughout this movie. Elements of him being this sort of mythical, I would say mythical, but, a figure that is touted about, and, the sort of unreliable narration of characters and what they get up to, and hero type vibes. There's nods to that, which was obviously, quite a large portion of what people thought Mad Max was at one point. And there are out and out nods to Mad Max in this as well. Now, we of course have Immortan Joe of the Citadel. It's really interesting to see the Citadel in its early days and Immortan Joe in his early days. And sadly, that actor has passed away, which is, sad. And the individual that played, that actor anyway, that played Immortan Joe, was also the individual in the first Mad Max film. Nice bit of trivia for you there. But yeah, this is a great film. Is there significantly more use of green screen in this than Fury Road? Yes. At times, it's hard to distinguish between what is green screen and what is reality. Like, I'd say most of the time it is actually really difficult to distinguish. Are they actually there? Are they not? Is this a bit of CGI that I'm watching? Because a lot of the action which you've seen in, say, Fury Road, bits and pieces here and there, did have an air of CGI. And if you hadn't seen a lot of it shot, I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't have believed that it was, actually live action stuff. Now, again, this is the story of Furiosa and her tragic, yet definitely avoidable, origin. Her being captured by Dementus. We know this, it's in the trailer, this is not a spoiler. She even says, I want them back. You took my mother from me. You took my home from me. I want them back. On my childhood as well. And her arm as well. Her arm. Yes. The origin of her arm. I like that. It's definitely one of these films that, well, I say this. You're not waiting for her arm to fall off. Put it that way. There's nothing in this film where I was like, oh, is she going to lose her arm now? Oh, is she going to lose her arm now? But when it did happen, it was a good way. It was a good way. But I really like how they expanded the wasteland, basically. So you have competing warlords, Bullet Farm, Gas Town, the Citadel, all these places that were strongholds by the warlords keeping the wasteland in a balance. And then Dementus comes in, this absolute lunatic who was dead inside and admitted by himself that he was just seeking the next thrill to feel something. Just destroyed the balance of the wasteland. And then obviously in Fury Road we sort of pick up from that further down the line. So yeah, I really enjoyed this film, genuinely. The car designs are epic, they're really solid. Anya Taylor-Joy as Furiosa, great, she does a really good job. I'm sure some people will be like, is this woke? It's not woke remotely, so don't worry about that. Like, it's nah, nothing about that in this film at all. Not that I could tell anyway, so, you know, take from that what you will, I guess. There are nods to Mad Max. I think, bloody Chris Hemsworth, he does such a good job in this. He's having an absolute blast, but his character, that is his character. You know, you can see he's having fun, but it is his character. He's not just, I'm just having fun. And the prosthetics that he was wearing, the outfit, the dialogue, the inflection in the voice, it was great. It was solid. I think Chris Hemsworth will go down now as a multifaceted character actor rather than just Thor, big dumb Thor, which is good. You know, I think Chris Hemsworth needs his due a little bit more. I really enjoyed this film, genuinely. I really enjoyed it. I love all the names. Scrotus. Scrotus. Immortan Joe's son, Scrotus. And Rectus. Yep, Rectus is in this. My God. Fuck it out. Seriously. Super funny. But super enjoyable, you know. All the names, the dialogue, the sort of dialect that these people have in the wasteland, and the mythical nature of it all. It was solid. It was really solid. Strong recommendation, genuinely. But I don't know if you have to watch it in theatres. I don't know. I'm still very undecided on whether you'd have to watch this in a theatre or not. I genuinely think you could wait. You could wait to watch this. I think you'd enjoy it more in a theatre, but do you have to watch it in a theatre? No, probably not. And I know that might go against the grain. It was great, but it's not the same. I feel Fury Road was much more of a visual feast. I'd have to watch it again, but I feel like Fury Road was a much more visual feast than Furiosa. Furiosa is actually quite significantly more narrative driven than Fury Road. But I did enjoy the nods to Mad Max. There is a blink and you'll miss it moment. So that's as spoilers as I'll get. So if you've seen it, let me know what you think down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I did enjoy it. I would recommend. And once again, my leaks were proven right. Take care. Bye-bye now.